Megan Shipman, and for my recipe, I am doing wings from this cookbook, 100 Days of Real Food on a Budget. I thought it was perfect for what we were going for because we are college students on a budget, and right now we are all quarantined, so it makes sense to do cheap food. So it's this recipe, the best oven baked chicken wings. So I will insert a picture in the blog post with this recipe on it. So for our original project, I was going to have the fast food portion of of our project, which was we were gonna go. People were gonna cook special cuisines for under $10, and for my portion, I had fast food, so I was going to go through fast food and get fast food for $10 and under to see which meal was like the best bang for your buck. But because of the coronavirus outbreak, we have had to rework our project, and so our original judge now has to cook a meal, which he got desserts now, and me, which I had fast food, now I am cooking an American meal. So for my American meal, I decided to go with wings. I thought this was a good representation of America, and like football games, like wings and football go together, so I just thought this was a good one, and I had a good wing recipe, so I thought this was the best plan for me. So another part of our project now, since we've had to like kind of change up our game plan, is we want to use things that are already around our kitchens, because obviously because of the coronavirus we are not able to go to the grocery stores like we would normally do. You're only supposed to go to the grocery store like for things you absolutely need. So on our last grocery run we did, I just ordered the wings, the frozen wings, and the rest of the stuff in this recipe, like we already had around our kitchen. So like honey and spices, most people have those around their kitchen, so that's why I decided to choose wings. The wings I got are the Tyson All Natural Chicken Wing Selection. These you can find in the frozen aisle of most grocery stores. We got these from Hy-Vee. So to defrost them, you can either set them out for a few hours before you start cooking, or you can defrost them in the microwave, and that takes about 45 minutes to do. So either one you have to like prepare for because they both take a while. But I have already defrosted my wings, so they are here. And we are gonna do the next step, which is you have to pat them dry before you start seasoning them. Okay, so after you get done patting dry your chicken, you will need to wash your hands and then get out your honey and 1 tablespoon. So then you will drizzle the 1 tablespoon of honey over the chicken and then use your hand and mix it up so then the chicken is covered with the honey. After you've drizzled your honey over your wings, you will then need some cooking spray, and you will spray it on your uh, cookie sheet. Then you will lay out your wings. Now it's time to make your seasoning. So for the seasoning, you will need salt, black pepper, oregano, paprika, and ground cayenne pepper. You'll also need 1 teaspoon and a 1/2 teaspoon. First, I'm doing 2.5 teaspoons of black pepper. Next, I will do the paprika, and we will need 1 teaspoon of paprika. You can definitely add or substitute any of these spices for a different spice. These are just what we like. Next, we will do the oregano leaves, and we will need a 1/2 teaspoon of those. Also, it doesn't really matter how precise you are with your measurements because it's all on how you like your seasoning, whether you want it to be spicy or less spicy. It's all up to you. Next, we will do the cayenne pepper. We like ours to be mildly spicy, and we think that the cayenne pepper adds just enough kick. So we will need 1/2 teaspoon of that. And finally, we will need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you will want to give that all a little stir, just till everything's combined. And this is your final product. This should be somewhat of what it looks like.
Yep.
So here's the part that you're gonna have to mess around with. This is like a trial and error thing. We've had to mess around with it quite a bit because our oven is pretty touchy. It overheats. And so the recipe in the book says to preheat your oven to 425, but we find it best to do it at 400. But like I said, that's just our oven. So it's up to you, and it's kind of like a trial and error thing. We've also had to make this recipe a lot. So maybe your first time making it, just keep checking on your wings just to make sure they don't come out crisp. Now we'll sprinkle our spices onto the wings. So you'll need 1 dry hand and 1 wet hand for this. So the dry hand you will use to actually reach into your bowl and sprinkle the seasoning onto each wing. And then with your wet hand, you will go through and pat the spices into the wing to help them stick better. And then you'll go through and flip over each wing and do the exact same thing on the other side. Now we can go ahead and put these in the oven. We will be putting them in for 30 minutes to start with, and then we will be checking them. Now the recipe says to put them in for 45 minutes, so you can just, if yours take longer to cook, that's why the real recipe says 45 minutes. But like I said earlier, our oven's touchy, so this is what we've found has worked best for us. So we will come back to you when the buzzer goes. Okay, so the wings are done. This is my boyfriend Adam. He's going to be judging using our group's food evaluation sheet. So yeah, you can go ahead and try them. Try one. Might be hot. Okay, so next, the first on the evaluation sheet is based on the appearance. 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. How would you rate them?
The appearance?
Yeah.
About 6.
6. Okay.
What?
Okay, wings, it's hard to make them look good. Aroma. You said it was making you salivate earlier.
9.
Yeah, so.
I think you are causing differences in my judging.
Okay, so how about the taste?
It could be spicier.
Could be spicier. He likes his food really spicy.
So we'll say 7.5.
Put an 8 down. Okay, and then use of a secret ingredient. I mean,
10 out of 10.
we didn't really use a secret ingredient. So,
Honey.
honey's part of the recipe.
Oh.
So we'll just,
Love.
yeah, I made it with love. So that's the use of secret ingredient, and I think I did a great job with that one.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and enjoy these wings, and that will be it for our video. So